Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tattletales. Thank you for tuning in. It's nice to have you with us. I feel terrific today. It's spring. I guess it's in the air. Do you feel good? Yeah. You're going to root for your couples and win some money, huh? Yeah. Okay, gang, here they are. On my left, winning money today for the blues section, Nancy Sinatra and her husband, Hugh Lambert. There they are. Okay, you ready to go?
You look nice today.
Thank you.
Bert.
So do you.
Thank you.
I like your hair. It's different.
Thank you. It's darker.
Yeah, look.
I'm not so blonde anymore.
Is that? I didn't know what it
blondes
didn't register.
don't have all that much more fun.
Really?
Yeah, so I changed it back.
That's all a myth, huh? Yeah. Okay, next to Nancy and Hugh winning money today for the bananas section. Yes, sir. Mr. Steve Forrest and his wife, Chris. How are you, Chris?
I'm great. How are you?
You look terrific. Steve, how are things on SWAT?
Swatting.
Swatting along.
That's right.
Yes,
we
sir.
haven't got a swatter on the set.
What does SWAT really stand for?
We also have no flies on the set.
All right.
Special Weapons and Tactics.
Yes, right. And you
Special Weapons and Tactics, a very highly elite group of policemen.
Yes, I know. I've seen it, and boy, it looks terrific, and great good luck with it, too.
Thank you.
All right, winning money today for the red section. From Match Game 75, Mr. Gene Rayburn and his lovely wife, Helen.
Don't point that weapon at me.
I'm sorry. How are you, Gene?
Okay, how are you?
You all set to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
Has your blank ready?
Yes, my blanks are all raised.
Okay.
Well, this blank is not ready.
Here you go. First question, fellas. Worth $150. This is it. Men, you may have read about Japan's new multi-million-dollar business, a chain of luxury hotels called Hotels for Lovers. That's exactly what they are. And one of their features is a closed-circuit TV camera that tapes your lovemaking, gives you an instant replay, and then automatically self-destructs. If you and your wife had this device in your hotel room, would you use it? That is the question. You may have read about Japan's new multi-million-dollar business, a chain of luxury hotels called Hotels for Lovers. That's exactly what they are. And one of their features is a closed-circuit TV camera that tapes your lovemaking, gives you an instant replay, and then automatically self-destructs. It was built by the Mission Impossible crew. If you and your wife had this device in your hotel room, would you use it? Think about that, fellas, and try not to be shocked, and we'll come back for your answers in a moment. Nancy, Helen is hysterical down there. Either meaning that she already has or that she wouldn't. I don't know.
No, she
Nancy,
has one
what
built
is you
in her
gonna
bedroom at home.
She doesn't need to go to that hotel. What will you say to this?
Well, let's see.
Yes.
The guy like the guy who climbed Mount Everest, and they said, "Why did you do it?" And he said, "Because it was there."
Right.
I think, yeah, we would try it because it's there.
Yes, right. That's the only reason.
What the heck? I don't know.
Give it a little try
Hope
there.
my mother isn't listening.
Okay, you would, if you, would you, yeah, the answer is yes. Let's bring Hugh on.
Who knows?
See what he says. Hugh, there you are. You've checked into this posh place. Needless to say, all the accoutrements, probably, mirrors and whatnot. And there is this closed-circuit TV camera there.
Right.
Now, you have the option of using it or not. Would you use it?
Yes.
That's what she said.
Immediately.
I think that's terrific. Of course, as long as it self-destructs, I mean, you're never going to see it at the local theater, so why not, right? Okay, you have a share of the pot. Well done. Chris, what's Steve going to say?
You're sure it self-destructs?
Well, I can only tell you that's what it says on my card. Now,
I think maybe. Yes, I'd say yes.
Okay, you say yes.
Yeah.
Curiosity just
Right.
You're killing you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring Steve on.
He's going to believe.
Steve, what are you going to do now? You've checked into this luxury lovers hotel, and there's the camera, and there's all the equipment. Are you going to make use of it, do you think? Yes or no?
Who has charge of the self-destruct?
Who has charge of the self-destruct? That's not on my card either. I don't know.
Card. Then the question is, would I use it?
Well, yes.
Would I use it?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I there with? It's okay, honey.
That definitely is not on my card.
It's okay, babe. No, I wouldn't use it.
That's not what Chris said. She said you would. Of course, we don't know who Chris is there with. She may use it then.
Talk about open marriage. This is ridiculous.
Yes, I'm sorry about that, Steve. Chris, do you have anything to tell Steve about that? Or
Now, why would you say, who would I be there with? Who else would you be there with?
I would.
Oh, shucks.
I'd be there with anybody.
Hey, come on, big guy. Are you kidding?
I said that as a joke, darling.
Hey.
Bert says 26 years going right down the drain.
Not at all. Sorry about that, though, Steve. Helen, what's Gene going to say?
I don't know what he's going to say.
You're having so much fun just thinking about it, aren't you?
The tape wouldn't self-destruct. We would. No. Listen, when you've been married as long as we have, who has to watch? No. No.
Who has to watch?
No, he wouldn't use it.
Definitely. No. I think that's a no, is what you're saying.
I think that's a no. And if he says yes, it's quits right now.
Let's bring on Gene. Gene, there you are in that hotel for lovers.
Yes.
Everything is all set. The camera is poised and ready. Are you going to make use of it, or are you not?
You say this is videotape.
Yes, I believe that's what it is, and it will automatically self-destruct after you have given it an instant replay.
I thought it sounded familiar. You see, I invented it.
Oh.
It's all my idea. Naturally, I'd use it.
No, that's not what Helen said.
What did she say?
Helen, would you like to explain anything to Gene about that, or
What? Yes?
I said we'd self-destruct before the tape would.
Sorry about that, Gene. Helen said you wouldn't, and that's very interesting to America to find that out about the hosts of Match Game 75. Nancy and Hugh, you the smarties, you got the whole thing to start things rolling. We'll come back in a moment and see who gets all the rest of the fights. Come on back now. See you in a second.
Dance. Come on. Yeah. Body Language, Sundays at 10 on Buzzer.
If you have met
8556.
Question number 2 coming up, and if it's anything like the first one, we're in for a happy day. Fellas, if you're ready to go, you got to play catch-up now. Hugh and Nancy got the whole pot that time. Oops, here we go. Men, this next one's so easy. Oh, yes, we're not even going to give you a chance to think about it. We'll ask it cold, so when we bring you back, then you'll answer the question, okay? Just go away now and listen to the music, and we'll ask you the question cold.
I don't want to do it this way.
Off you go. Goodbye now. There they go. Now, ladies, I'm going to ask each of your husbands to describe Raquel Welch in 10 seconds, okay? The question is, will he use his hands to show us any feature of Raquel's figure? Now, that's the question I'm asking you. Yes or no, will he use his hands to describe any portion of Raquel's figure in 10 seconds?
How can you tell that on this little box?
And we'll start. Well, we're going to pull back and get a wider shot of them so we can see them, okay? So, Chris, we'll start with you. In 10 seconds, do you think, yes or no, Steve will use his hands to describe Raquel Welch's figure or not?
No, I do not.
You don't think he will?
No.
He'll do it all verbally?
Yes.
And you're sure of that?
No.
Okay. Let's bring him on and see how he handles this. Okay. Now, Steve, here's the question.
Yes.
All we want you to do is describe Raquel Welch. And you have 10 seconds to do it. We want you to describe Raquel Welch. Ready, set, go.
What can you say about Raquel? Let me tell you, she's a very serious girl. She's very serious about her work. She has a fabulous physique, and that's been the thing that stands out front. But she's very serious about her work.
You're right. That's right. He didn't do it. Very well done. absolutely right. That's amazing. Now, Steve, we have to let you know what we did there. We asked Chris if you would describe Raquel's figure by using your hands to describe a part of her figure.
Oh, really?
And you didn't do it. That was admirable of you, sir. Did you realize you talked about her and never used your hands to in any way picture her anatomy? I thought it was admirable of you, sir. And he's in a state of shock. Nevertheless, the banana section is thrilled because you have a share of the pot for doing so. Very well done. All right. Now, Helen, how about Gene? Do you think in 10 seconds he would use his hands?
He certainly will.
You think he will,
Yes, he
huh? Okay, let's bring him on. You'll say yes. Let's bring Gene on. Okay, Gene, here's the question now.
I am ready.
All we want you to do is to describe Raquel Welch. And you have to do it in 10 seconds. Okay? We want you to describe Raquel Welch in 10 seconds. Ready, set, go.
That's it.
You don't know why they're applauding and cheering. You're right, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
You're right, Gene, because we asked Helen if in describing Raquel you would use your hands, and she said yes, and that's all you used. You are dead right, sir. You got a share of the pot. Well done, and a rather descriptive description, I must say. Okay, Nancy, how about Hugh? Will he use his hands or won't he?
He might scratch his head or something, but no, he won't use his hands.
To describe her figure. He won't do it, huh? Okay, let's bring him on and find out.
Better not.
Okay, Hugh, here is the question. We want you to describe Raquel Welch. You have 10 seconds to do that. We want you to describe Raquel Welch in 10 seconds, okay? Ready, set, go.
She's a very pretty girl. She's a very funny girl. She has a great figure. She's very professional. And she's not as pretty as my wife.
And you're right, sir. And I'll tell you why you're right. As soon as the blue section stops roaring. Well done. You know something? Now, first of all, Hugh, I have to tell you what the gag was. We said to Nancy, will he describe Raquel and use his hands to describe any part of her figure? And she said, no, he wouldn't. And by golly, you didn't do it. And it's incredible. All three of you got that right. And that's really not an easy thing to do.
So how come Gene used his hands?
Well, maybe that's because he's more of a dirty old man. And girls, to the rear, we'll bring out the fellas. While we're changing places, we'll break away for this message. Second half of Tattletales coming up. Come on back
now. Is credit card debt keeping you up?
Correct. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions.
We have changed places after halftime. We have a wild one going here. Ladies, if you are ready, you got to catch Nancy and Hugh, ladies. They have $200 and you both have $50. So here you go. This one's worth $150. Ladies, recent research indicates that even the best adjusted women have sexual fantasies. Do you ever have sexual fantasies? Recent research indicates that even the best adjusted women have sexual fantasies. Do you ever have sexual fantasies? Think about that, ladies. Go back there and fantasize, and we'll join you in a moment. There they go. We'll start with you, Gene. What do you think?
Well, I don't know what to think, because my first instinct is to base my answer on the first question. You know, about the videotape and all that?
Yes,
and
that's
so
right. There you go.
I figure, what the heck? If she doesn't want to watch, she doesn't ever think about it.
Should we all shed a tear now for Gene?
Yeah. Not that I'm a needy person, but...
No.
I would say no.
You'd say no. No.
No.
She never...
Am I wrong about that? I mean, she said no to the yes, so I got to go with that. Yeah, that's it.
No. The response is rather tepid both ways, Gene, but you're going to say no. Let's bring Helen on and see what she says. Helen, what is the answer? Do you ever have sexual fantasies?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what you said. See? You never can figure.
What does he know?
Would you like to tell us about some of them, please, then? I mean, you got your own videotape machine going there, and you didn't tell us? Oh, dear
Sorry
me.
about that, Helen, but that's very interesting and illuminating, and we're learning more and more as we go along. Hugh, how about Nancy? What's she going to say?
She might have a different word for it, but the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is that word?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. Let's bring her on. Nancy, do you ever have sexual fantasies?
Well, well, yeah.
That's what he said.
There's one thing though. They're always involving my husband. And
Oh, of
that's
course.
the truth.
That's all right. That's fine.
But that's why I didn't know whether to say yes or no. But yeah, I do.
That's terrific, and you're absolutely right. You have a share of the pot too. Well
You're
done.
getting awfully racy on this program.
It's nifty.
Hey, you're doing terrific, so don't complain. Steve, how about Chris? What's she going to say?
Well, this is my chance to get even for that machine. What is it, that thing they had on there? She does, and there's some of the funniest stories I've ever heard in my life.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Could you tell us one briefly?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, really?
Maybe I better not.
Maybe
What time does the show come on?
Maybe you better not. Let's move right along. You say yes. Let's bring on
I
Chris.
would say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, do you ever have sexual fantasies?
Why, of course.
That's what the man said. Well done. Chris and Steve, Nancy and Hugh split that pot in half, and we'll come back in just a moment with the $300 question. You come back, please. See you in a second.
Settle down. Settle down. One at a time.
See who passed the Whammy auditions on Press Your Luck, coming up next, only on Buzzer.
Skin tags are embarrassing. 1521. Order now.
Here's the double question. This one worth $300. And if you are ready, ladies, here it comes. When you first met your husband, was there anything about him that you didn't like? When you first met your husband, was there anything about him that you didn't like? All right, that's the question. Listen to the music. We'll find out how they feel about it. Bye, ladies. We'll start with you, Gene. Has Helen ever said that when she first met you, there was something about you she just couldn't stand?
Oh, I was so adorable.
Yes.
I was young to begin with.
Yes, of course.
And you get points for that.
Yeah.
And, I think she's going to have to say no. I am the perfect person, as I've said many times.
Yes. There wasn't
Tall,
anything about you that she didn't
beautiful
like.
body and everything.
Yes, Gene, we know that, yes. Is there anything about you now that she doesn't like, Gene?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
now,
yes.
sure.
But,
Oh, yeah.
but when you first met, there wasn't anything?
Nothing.
Okay, let's bring her on. Helen, when you first met Gene, was there anything about him that you didn't like?
Yeah?
That's not what he said. What was it, Helen?
The dumb way he dressed.
See? See, Gene, you thought you were perfect, didn't she?
She made me into a fashion plate.
She certainly did.
Everything I am, I owe to her.
Sorry about that, Helen. He
I'm
thought he was
sorry,
perfect,
too.
but you straightened him out. What's Nancy going to say, Hugh?
Well, if there was something about me that she didn't like, she didn't tell me. So I'm going to say she's going to say no.
No, right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because was there anything? And the answer is no. Okay, let's bring her on and see what she says. Nancy, was there anything when you first met Hugh, was there anything about him that you didn't like?
No.
That's what he said.
There still isn't anything I don't like.
What was that, dear?
I said there still isn't anything I don't like. Well, it's true.
No, he's a terrific fellow.
Oh,
Why
wait a
should-
minute. There is one
Wait a
thing.
minute, she's thought of something.
Smoking that I
It's a
don't like.
flag on the place, smoking. Was he smoking when you met
It's a
him?
good thing I didn't think of that because I would have. You would have said.
No,
would have
no,
said
that
yes.
wouldn't have meant that.
No, well, you're fine. And you have a share of the pot, and that's well done, too. In fact, you're the only one that does. Steve, what's Chris going to say?
Gee, I don't know what she's going to say, but I think that she thought then that I was truly beyond her wildest dream. She even wrote a letter to somebody since she's discovered different.
Yes.
But that's what she thought then. I think that's what she might say, too.
So she'll say, no, there was nothing about you that she didn't like.
I think that's what she'll say.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, you'll say no. Let's see what she says. Chris, when you first met Steve, was there anything about him that you really didn't like?
When I first met him.
That's the question. When you first met your husband, was there anything about him that you didn't like?
No, not when I first met him.
That's what he said. Now, wait a minute here. I detected a severe note of qualification. Is there something now that you don't care for particularly?
No.
No.
Tell him the truth.
What a diplomat. Chris and Steve, Nancy and Hugh split the big $300 pot. And there it is on the board. That signal means time is up. The blue section wins it. We'll come back in just a moment and find out how much the blue section has won, in fact. Please come on back. See you after this break.
Attention everyone on 7840.
The big winners today, Nancy and Hugh with $425 for the blue section. We had $1,000 in total, $1,425. Hey, that's terrific. Thank you all for being with us today. You were all splendid, and congratulations to Hugh and Nancy. Isn't that terrific? Thank you all at home. We'll see you next time on Tattletales. Goodbye, everybody.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Tattletales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This program has been edited for broadcast.